Well, I have here the box. If this works, I have here the link, but I will only place the link on the live stream if this works. You see? So the first thing, this has 2 tables. I chose this. This is good for the people that has tabletop Dobsonians or a Virtuoso. So it's a live stream dedicated to mostly to that kind of people, the owners of the Virtuoso. The reason I bought with 2 levels is because it gets stiffer and hopefully it will not shake too much. So it has a smaller one. Legs. No worries, thank you. Okay, parts. Not too much parts, only too many. Only these screws and nuts. Only screws. And Allen key. And the legs. So this is a very simple thing to... No instructions we don't need, I guess. Yeah, no instructions. So this is to be like this. Now, this measure, it's also a thing that I chose. The right measure. This measures about... This is very important. If you want to have a table with space. So 15 inches. 15 inches almost. So 38 centimeters, which is exactly what we need for the Virtuoso, you will see. Well, hopefully. So 1, 2 legs, 3. These ones are the levels that have like this, and these ones at the top. This is easy without instructions. So first I will do the top, and then I will place the legs here. Hey, hello Paul. Greetings to Ireland. If anyone here in the chat knows about... This is another thing that I want to tell you. We will be covering, hopefully, in the live streams on the 24th, so today is 15 of May. On the 24th, remember that we have an asteroid coming to Earth, coming towards Earth. It will pass, but it will be very close. I don't know yet. I'm waiting for more news about it. I don't know yet the magnitude. Well, they didn't know very well if it will be exactly at 24 or the time. Closer to the event, for sure they will know that and release that information. But so far what I saw, it was 24, on the 24, and I don't know the magnitude. If we can, if you know that, if we can see, if it's, although if it's, even that if it's a small dot moving, it will be enough for us to worth the live stream. If we can see. Otherwise, if we can't, I will not cover that. And so if you know that, the magnitude, tell me, please. And 4th of June, that we will be covering for sure. It will be a live stream, earlier live stream, because it will be the Venus elongation. Eastern elongation is the one that I prefer because of the position. So we will have Venus planet higher in the sky, brighter in the sky, more distance, more far away from the sun, and we will be watching it. So that one from about Venus, it's for sure that we will see it, unless it's cloudy, of course. But I think, I don't know, we'll see. But if you know about the asteroid it's the CL3. So I appreciate a lot if you have information about it. About the I know it's on 24. I uploaded a short about it, which on Instagram it has loads, thousands of views already. Amazing. I didn't expect that. And a reel, Instagram reel. But I really want to know, I'm screwing this. I really want to know the magnitude. CL3, 2023, the asteroid 2023, CL3. Nobody knows? Howdy, Texas. That one guy, Roy. How are you? Yes, this is a different live stream. I'm mounting a table for the Virtuoso. It will be a quick live stream. Hello, Netherlands. Gideon. Well, one it's done. Now 3 more. A very easy, you see. A very easy upgrade. It was not expensive. It's around 50 bucks. The table. These tables are used to the living rooms to place a plant or the cup of coffee with friends, with family, you know, to use as a decoration. But we want to use this kind of tables for the Virtuoso, because if you go outside, if you own a Virtuoso telescope, a Skywatcher, and go outside, or we'll purchase one. If you go outside with your kids, you have to place it on the table. But if you place on a huge table, for instance, like the tables I have outside, they are very shaky. They shake a lot. They are not good for telescopes because the kids then start, and it gets very high. So this has the right measure. 1, to fit a Virtuoso, and 2, to get a comfortable altitude, 8. To me, watching the sky with a Virtuoso visually in a chair that I have, and also for the kids. No. Usually when I buy furniture, there's always a problem. I just hope these are all equal. I just hope this works. Because one of the legs is not... I will take another Allen key. There's always something messing. One is better. Because I think one of the... Two are done. Found your channel when looking for info on accessible automated systems like the Dwarf 2, Virtuosos, etc. Yes, the Dwarf 2 is very nice. The Virtuoso is better. I prefer, if I had to choose in my situation, I will choose the Virtuoso. This is bended. There's always something. This is a bit... Okay, but this is easy. If I had to choose, I will choose the Virtuoso because although you have to buy a camera if you want to do imaging with a Virtuoso, and the Dwarf doesn't require anything, you pay the $400 and that's it. But for my lifestyle, it's better. The Virtuoso, you see, I do the live streams. The last 2 live streams were amazing pictures with the Virtuoso, and it was so windy that I couldn't place the Dobs outside. So I prefer the Virtuoso. The Dwarf is good if you go by plane, with the motorbike. Imagine that you love to go camping, and you don't have to bring a thing like this. Although it's small, it's much easier because the Dwarf has a small bag and you can go by plane. It's a bag that fits for instance, the Ryanair measures and by far. And you can add more stuff. I bought with 2 levels because of that. Because having 2 levels, this is common sense. Having 2 levels, it will avoid trepidation, which is important for us. So this is only to insert here. Okay. I think it's like this. Let's see the diameter. Yes, it is. So my advice is the Virtuoso, unless you have those situations. Imagine that you travel a lot by work. People that travel because of the work, it's amazing because the Dwarf, because you can imagine that you go to a place, 2 nights there in an hotel. There's nothing on the TV that you want to, or you have a good sky there. You choose an hotel with a good sky, as I did a while ago. I asked the hotel to give me a room to the darker side. See? Now the other level here. I think it's from the bottom. Yeah. And you take the Dwarf with you. It's exactly like having a camera DSLR with you. And you can also do daylight photograph. You see, like Ricardo, he's being passionate about astronomy, but only using the DSLR, which is a thing that the DSLRs are great, but with time we want better cameras, astro cameras, dedicated astro cameras. It's a natural move from, I think this is the worst part. Now allowing me in the second level. Go from a DSLR to an Astro camera, which is amazing, the Astro camera. That's what I say every time my wife brings home IKEA furniture. Well, IKEA has tables, but and we have IKEA here. But they are not good. I didn't like. And besides, they are expensive. It's an illusion to think, oh, IKEA is... I listen many people. IKEA is everything is cheap. Yes, they have cheap things. But then they place... They place in a store things that are more expensive for you to spend. And then I don't like... One thing that I don't like on IKEA... Well, in this kind of products, it's okay. It's a small product. But for a complex furniture, like a big closet or something, I don't buy on IKEA. I prefer to buy on local dedicated stores, because the guys come here and mount it, you know. And the IKEA, if you don't want to mount yourself, you have to pay a lot. So, and people usually watch the price without counting on those things, the service to bring to home, which here is expensive, super expensive, and then to install. I don't like to... There's people that like. I don't like to mount furniture. It's boring. And then we mount and we forget something. We have to dismantle everything. Well, if it's something like this, very simple, just screw some things, that's okay. Otherwise, okay, we just have to align it. It's very easy to mount this. I hope this works with the Virtuoso. Well, actually, the link I have on Amazon to this one is it's not the same brand, but it's equal to this one. And it's cheap. If this works, I will place the link here. But first, to test it. I still have screws here. I don't know why they send so many screws. It says plastic here. Okay, this is the last one. You bought already the adapter for the DSLR? Joking. No clear sky. 1 week. I know that feeling is awful. When we have... the worst feeling I had about that was with the 12-inch. The 12-inch Dobsonian. I think it was 1 week or more. 1 week, no more than 1 week. 6-7 days. But those days that if I could see at least 1 or 2 stars to focus, nothing. Nothing. It was horrible. It's a horrible feeling to have new gear. For instance, now I have this filter to test. But I'm not so impatient. Because I know it's a narrowband filter. It will be to use with emission nebulae only. But I still have the telescopes and the weather is fine. So I'm not so feeling so bad about it. Well, not feeling bad at all. But when it's a telescope or a camera that you don't have, it's the first camera, it's horrible. Expensive, cheap furniture. That's the term, Roy. Now, at the end, I'm giving a bit more... tightening a bit more the screws, all the screws, because this is ready. Without no, this doesn't break. This is metal. In Portugal there are clear skies very often. In Netherlands there is cloudy nights very often, yes. If you want clear skies you have to move to south. See? Let's see if it fits the Virtuoso. I'm anxious. It's stiff. You see that the double level is very important. Besides, with a double level we can have a higher... This has the 8 is 55 centimeters. 21.5 inches. A bit more. Yeah, almost 22 inches. 56, 50, 55, 56 centimeters. Nice. You see, now I can do like this, look. The reason I chose with the right measures, look, the legs are inside, but almost outside. But it's exactly what I want. I have rubbers in the legs, this doesn't slip. But like this, having a short diameter, you can use the chair near the telescope without bumping it. Not this chair, a better one. This has the arms here. My astronomical chair is one chair. I will try with that one to see if it fits the... if it fits my measures. I'm a tall guy. Let me place here. For the replay also. 39.99, but it's not white. It's more beautiful even. This is my chair. This is my astronomical chair. Perfect. 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 I still have here screws. I don't know why. Well. The devices I have between the camera and the Virtuoso. How do you mean? The imaging train? Yeah. And it fits here very well. What I have here is the camera. This is a mini cooler. You have a video in my channel. It's a DIY mini cooler. Well, it's a poor solution just to allow me in now the summer nights to lower 5 degrees. This lowers 5 degrees, 5 to 7. But the average is 5 degrees. So if I have 30 degrees outside, the camera will lower the temperature to 25, which is a huge difference from 25 to 30, more than 10 to 15, for instance. Because at that temperature from 30, the thermal noise starts to be exponential. So I did that. I would prefer to have a cooled camera, but this way it's enough for what I do. And besides, I don't have to have more power supply here to this camera. This camera doesn't need power supply. It's the 294 MC color. And it's much cheaper. The cooled camera, and the only difference is that the cooling system costs about, I think, $400 more. Then I have the adapter, the M42 to M48, to allow me to have everything M48, which is the 2-inch, and it's larger and fits everything, filters everything. Then I have the filter that I use. Here on the Virtuoso I have always the infrared cut and ultraviolet cut from Bader. It's a very good filter. For me it's the best one, the infrared cut. And then I have the focal reducer here. It's a cheap one. It costs $50. You have all this gear that you have here. You have at dobsonianpower.com. Get free resources and links to the gear I use at dobsonianpower.com. So I have the focal reducer. And then I have a nose piece which fits the screws on the focal reducer, M48. So it's a male nose piece and fits the Virtuoso 1¼ inch focuser. And that's enough. Then I have the focuser, this white thing that you see here. It's the focuser with Teflon tape. And it's very stiff. If I touch here accidentally, look, I can touch here like this and it doesn't move. Which means it's very important with this crappy focuser, because when we connect here the cable, the USB cable, and the telescope, for instance, is like this. If you connect the cable, and this is not with a Teflon tape, what will happen is, even that you tight very well, it doesn't matter, because the screw here, the thread of the focuser, will slip. It's imperceptible, almost. But you can test it if you do like this, with a finger. You will see it's turning around, so that means it needs to be stiffer. Actually, this is a bit more than it needs. But the stiffness. But it doesn't matter, because in a while, after I fine-tune only the focuser, it will erase this a bit and it will be smoother. But I want like that. It will last long like this. So this is my imaging train. with the Virtuoso. This is prepared. I just, for instance, if I go do imaging sessions with another telescope, I just unscrew everything except the camera, everything from the camera in a compact imaging train like that, and I place it. I don't change anything. I don't have to be with filter, place filter, take off filter, no. And then I screw, for instance, my other setup here, prepared. You see the Nexus? It has the filter, also spacers. Here will be... Actually, it has no filter right now because I'm waiting for the drawer to replace this. I was testing the measures. So when I receive the drawer... the filter will have to be at the bottom. I was testing to see if I get reflections, but no. With the filter at the bottom, it will not bring reflections to the image, which is what we want with this focal reducer. However, it will have 3 millimeters more at the end. If your Nexus is inside the tube, the more you have, the worse. But it's not very, very, very important. I think it doesn't go inside the tube. At least on my 8-inch. You use the hose clamp on yours instead of the pipe tape. A hose clamp? What's a hose clamp? Hose clamp. I know. I use that in the water stuff in my garden. But that, it's to be fixed and you can't turn it. You can't turn it like that. No. How do you fine-tune if you clamp it? It fits like a glove, Paul. Yes. It's very nice, this table. Even that you don't want to buy from my affiliate link, remember that the ones that are here and the ones that are watching the replay, check the measures, because these are the right measures. These are the right measures, and you even have another level to place eyepieces or something. I don't recommend, because you can bump it with the feet. So, or the leg or something, the chair. But this 8.55, I'm tall. I have 1.9 meters. So I'm tall. But it will fit, from what I experienced now with the chair, it will fit my wife also. And my kids will do it without being seated. But they don't need, because they will, the kids don't take too much time with a telescope, at least mine. So even that you don't buy this one, try to buy another one, but with these measures to fit your needs. The pressure is adjustable. Okay. But it's adjustable with a screwdriver, no? Which is a cumbersome. Place a weight to the bottom shelf to make it more stable. Good idea, Ray. Let's see what I can create here. I would like to place a weight here, but without being just seated here. A fixed one, that I could move this. I will think about it. But it's... Well, I will try and then I see if it's needed. May not be needed. Because with 2 levels, the trick here is the 2 levels and the size. The measurements of the measures of the table were, well, were a good election. And the double level. 2 floors. Because it will be much stiffer than 1 floor only, 1 table. With a screwdriver. Yes, that's a cumbersome, Roy. You have to be with one more tool in the dark. Don't do that. Try this way. Teflon tape. Teflon tape. Then if you only fine-tune, like me, I use the clamp here. I have a video to release about it. I think it's not yet uploaded. No, it's not. I use the measure here. It's a no-brain. I insert this. It has already the measure to the focal reducer. Bam. If I want, I take this off. Imagine now I'm using imaging with a focal reducer. I want to change to a Barlow or nothing. I just do like this. See? It's here. And then I move the sliders up, all up. Because to use without a focal reducer, they will be all up. See? I will release a video about it. If I have access to free weights for working out at the gym, they have a hole in the middle that the table legs could sit in. But they will be like that. They will be, I don't know. I will not try any weight until I test first. Because in a cheap refractor that I have from Celestron, a power seeker, and many people use weights to get stiffer, and I don't use, and it works fine. First I will try in a session. I will... But usually I do the live streams with it on the floor, but I think next time I will try over the table to see if everything is okay. And it's balanced. The danger with the tables is that any table, if you don't have this balanced, then it will, but you have always this balanced. You will not put weight here without having this properly. You do that out of the table, and then, but that will be dangerous with any table, even a large one. If the telescope fall, it will fall from any table. You use a non-rotating helical focuser. Gives very fine focus, but won't work with 2-inch reducer. Yes. And it's not only the vignetting. You may try. If you try, you tell me in a live stream or something, or in a comment, any video. I'm curious to know, because that's the problem. The problem with adding anything to this focuser, anything. Even that you have an helical focuser with an adapter that you 3D print to insert here in a focuser. You take off the one it's screw, and then you insert the new helical focuser. That is the best you can do to get closer. Even like that, it will force you to lower even more. Look, if I have this measure, this white measure here, as is, to work with a focal reducer, if I add to the imaging train, to the focuser, an helicoidal focuser, we'll add at least 50 millimeters more. 5 centimeters. At least. between 5 centimeters and 5.5. So 50 and 55 millimeters. For sure. To get what? To win the comfort of rotating. But I rotate as is with the Teflon tape. I just fine tune because I already adjusted here. I play with the sliders first and then fine tune. Until now, it's the best solution. The professional solution will be to cut the focuser, only the top of the focuser, but leave that arm, that handle or something that it has connected to the top, and had an helicoidal there. But then how do you add an helicoidal there? You have to glue it or something, and it's not very professional. So it will have to be with a thread, to be threaded. It's complicated. So I will keep it simple for now. 585 ZWO, nice camera. Nice camera. Smaller field of view than mine, the 294, but fair enough. You see? Astrocade with it was the first camera from Astrocade. Community, don't forget, if you know anything about the magnitude of the CL3 2023 CL3 asteroid that's coming towards Earth, please tell me, because on the 24, if the magnitude is allows us to point a telescope there, on the 24 we will be covering that. And don't forget that on 4th of June, we will have here in the live the Venus planet, the Venus Eastern elongation. So it will be very interesting. I don't have a Venus filter. I said to my sponsor probably next year I will request that in advance. Now it's too late and I will be testing. I don't have time to that. And besides, the weather this week will be a bit cloudy from the forecast. So, but I will do the imaging as everybody does, without a filter, only with my infrared cut and ultraviolet cut. I will not do ultraviolet or infrared pass, unfortunately. But hopefully next year we do that. Okay, so thank you for the company. Now it's 15 past 20 here, so it's almost dinner time. And when it's possible and the weather is good, I will be live streaming again with you with my new monitor that I have here, and hopefully everything will be all right. Thank you very much for being here, and see you next time in the Dobsonian Power channel.
Dobsonian Power.